Welcome back. This is part 2 of my most anticipated games for 2015. If you missed part 1, link is in the description and I'll have an annotation on the screen somewhere, so make sure you watch part 1 first. Now, these last 5 games are games that are going to be coming out probably in the later half of the year. They have a vague 2015 release date. They don't have a set release date yet, but most assuredly, they've been rumored, talked about for a while. They've been showing more and more, so they should be coming out this year. Now, I know for a fact this first game definitely will. Doesn't have a set release date, but I'm guessing it will come out in the summer. And that is Tales of Zestiria, likely the last great PS3 game worth owning. Now, if you've watched my reviews, the last 2 Tales games I wasn't too fond of. Didn't really care for Tales of Exilia. It was okay, it played well. Some of the characters were good. But overall not one of my favorites. And then I really did not like Tales of Exilia 2. I really didn't like how it reused all the same areas from the first one, because that's what I like about RPGs, is exploring, finding new things, and to reuse all the same areas from the first game just made it very uninteresting. And also, for the first time, the main character had no voice until you beat the game, which I thought was really, really weird. So I just did not care for Tales of Exilia 2, but Zestiria seems to be almost a throwback game. You know, it's high fantasy, sort of medieval with dragons and magic and swords and that sort of thing. Now, by the time this video is out, I'm sure the new Media Create sales data for Japan will be out, and last week it sold about 340,000 copies in its first week, shipped about 400,000, so I'm guessing the sales is probably going to be about 400,000. So one of the better Tales games, not way up there, but still a good one. I still believe that that game is coming to PS4. It's really strange that did not get ported over. We'll see, but I like the character designs in this new one. I like how you can merge your characters together to make one super character. Kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball Z in a way. And just the world looks more interesting. Everything about it. I really like the theme song that they've been playing. So anyway, Tales of Zestiria, last great PS3 game. Definitely looking forward to that one. Now this next game, I don't know a lot about. Nobody really knows a lot about how it's going to play, what it's all about. But the trailers have really intrigued me, and that is Rime from Tequila Works. Now, this is, a lot of people have been saying this looks like a mishmash of Ico meets The Wind Waker, because the art style is very Wind Waker-ish. You know, it's got the kind of cartoony cell shading look, and then Ico in the sense that it's like a big open world where you do puzzles and that kind of thing. Art style is absolutely gorgeous. This island, this place you're exploring in this game looks gorgeous. I don't really know anything about the game though. I don't know how it's gonna play. I'm guessing it's just like an adventure game. You go around, you solve puzzles. I'm pretty sure they've said there's no combat, which I'm totally okay with, as long as you know, the rest of it's fun. There's a good story. There's fun things to do. So Rime should be coming out on PS4 later this year. I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Now this next one, I don't really know if we're gonna get it this year. It's coming out in Japan, and there was a flyer going around saying that it was coming out later this year in Australia, so I'm guessing we'll be getting it, and that's the new Fire Emblem. Now there's no subtitle yet. I believe they called it Fire Emblem If in Japan, something like that. I don't know if that was a placeholder name or if that's actually the name, but Fire Emblem Awakening was the game that made me get a 3DS, so for them to do another one on the 3DS, I'm just so excited for. I love me some strategy RPGs. I love the customization, the characters, sort of this team-up mechanic that you can do in Awakening. I just love everything about it. My favorite game, my most played game on the system, at least according to the hour tracker in the software thing on the 3DS. So, can't wait for that. It'd be amazing if they got even one more out before the 3DS's lifespan is over, but just that we're getting another one so quickly, I'm very excited about. His next game, Uncharted 4. Oh boy, man. Does Naughty Dog do anything wrong? I mean, when was the last time Naughty Dog made a subpar game, let alone a bad game? I know some people didn't really like Uncharted 3. It's definitely not as good as Uncharted 2 in my opinion, but it's still a fantastic game. This last Christmas break I had been replaying it for fun, and my gosh, the game is incredible. The set pieces, the story moments, the design, the art, everything about it is amazing. And of course, Last of Us is amazing, so it'll be really interesting to see what they've learned from The Last of Us, how they tie it into this new Uncharted. if that, you know, PlayStation Experience demo is anything to go by, it seems like the design is more open, more intricate, not as linear as past Uncharted games. More ways to tackle situations, which seems really cool. They've got that little spike pickaxe thing that they kind of ripped off from Tomb Raider, but hey, if they can make it work, I'm okay with it. And also that grappling hook. I'm really excited to see what they do with that grappling hook. I feel like that has so much potential to be a really cool mechanic. Like, it looked really sweet when he was, you know, swung it around and punched that guy in the face and then picked up his gun, and like, oh my gosh, it looks incredible. Naughty Dog always delivers. It's the same director and creative director from The Last of Us, Bruce Straley and Neil Druckmann, so I'm sure Uncharted 4 is in good hands. Can't wait to play it later this year. And last, but certainly not least, my most anticipated game of 2015, Persona 5. Oh my goodness gracious. By the time this video goes up, we might have a release date. I don't know, because on February 4th and 5th, they're doing this like Persona News Barrage thing, right? Where they're gonna have a big concert and they're gonna have a bunch of news. So by the time this video goes out, that news might already be out there. So if it's not in this video, I apologize. But Persona 4 Golden, my favorite game of all time. Before that was Persona 4 on the PS2, still a great game. The Vita version made it even better. And I'm just so excited to see what they do with 5. Is it gonna look like Catherine? That's my hope. Here's my simple hope for Persona 5. The in-game graphics look like Catherine, and the social interactions are more robust, and they're more voice acted as well. And that the areas are more open. There's just more to do. There's more to do. Better graphics. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. And then better dungeon design too. It was randomly generated. It's fine. It's fun enough, but I know a lot of people got bored, and sometimes it becomes a little bit of a chore. So we'll see what happens with that. And the whole theme of like being a slave to whatever society has set you up for, I'm assuming has going to be have a lot to do with like cell phones and technology and being a slave to your job maybe, or your schoolwork or whatnot. But man, the Atlas, the P studio that did on all the Persona games, and Catherine, man, they're just top notch. One of the best developers in the industry, in my opinion. So can't wait. I'm worried though. I'm worried it might not make it, because it was supposed to be out last year in Japan. They had that trailer. It said coming winter 2014 for PS3, and then they decided to port it to PS4, and then they just said 2015. Alice USA's trailers have said 2015, but we have no trailer, no nothing. So I'll be really curious to see. I think they're calling it Night of the Phantom is what they're calling it, and they tease the main character from Persona 5. So I'll be really curious to see what happens at that event, if they show gameplay, if they give a release date, if it's a simultaneous worldwide release date. That would be incredible. So we will see, but that's it. Persona 5, easily my most anticipated game of 2015. So guys, that's it. 11 games. Ooh, kicked the shoe there. What are your most anticipated games of the year? I know in part 1 a lot of you guys answered that already, but if for some reason you didn't comment, or if there's a game you forgot that maybe I brought up or you didn't mention last time, definitely let me know. And I can't wait. I feel like 2015 is gonna more than make up for 2014, which had some great games, but bit of a letdown. There weren't a lot of letdown games like Destiny and Assassin's Creed Unity, amongst other games, just weren't quite as up to the quality as people were hoping for, and then obviously all the delays. So thanks once again for watching, everybody. 2015 is going to be awesome. So many more videos, so many awesome games. And thank you always for subscribing and watching and talking to me on Twitter. And we will see you next time.